The opinions expressed by the host and guest on this program are solely their own and do not represent the views or opinions of Blind United. We strive to provide diverse perspectives and discussions on our platform, but the opinions expressed should be understood as personal viewpoints and not reflective of Blind United as an organization.
It's time. It's time for
coffee time.
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 And here is your coffee time crew.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Coffee Time with Blind United. I'm going to officially dub today as Tech Tuesday because we're talking about 3 different apps today. So anyway, we'll call this one Tech Tuesday. Also, in our interest groups today, we have 2 interesting interest groups for you today. Anyway, one of them is the Cooking Without Looking Blind United cook-along. So anyway, Renee is going to be doing her thing at 3 p.m. Pacific time today. She's going to be doing some, forgive me, I can't remember it exactly, but it's some kind of a stuffed cookie. So if you're into sweets, Pedro just made a mention that he's trying to get away from sweets. But anyway, they're supposed to be some pretty good cookies. So. And then a little bit later on this evening, we got a Jaws, Basic Jaws with Andy, but Andy will not be there tonight. So George and myself will step in and try to help anybody out with any barriers they might be facing with their Jaws. If not, then we'll come up with some stuff to show you, some, other stuff, ways to use Jaws and stuff, all some newer stuff. Just coming out in like 24, 25 versions. But anyway, yeah, that'll be at 6 p.m. Pacific time tonight. So anyway, come on out, check us out. Drop in at 3, check out Renee, go get you something to eat or whatever the case may be, and come back at 6 and join us for Basic Jaws. So anyway, that's what we got lined up for you today. Anyway, let's get on to these.
Hold on. Let me just wish my better half, Monica, a happy anniversary. Hey, baby, if you're listening, I got your message in the morning, and happy anniversary. And yeah, one day we'll be husband and wife, okay?
Well, she ain't commented yet, so anyway, happy anniversary to both of y'all.
Happy anniversary, y'all.
I was trying to catch her before she commented it.
Well, you got lucky. You got lucky because she hasn't commented yet, so you beat her to the punch. Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna play that one. I beat you to. We'll be making fun of each other, and we'll be making fun of each other, and that's one of the songs she puts right there. I beat you to.
Beat you to the punch. No, actually, the song is "Beat You to the Point."
Duh. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump into these articles. So, I was told about an app the other day that I was not aware that existed, but it seems like it's a pretty good app. It's called iWalkStraight. Anyway, let's jump into it, and we'll talk about it on the other side. Let's hear what they got to say about it first.
Hello, Blind United crew. Grab your first cup and join the BU crew in this first article as we highlight an exciting piece of assistive technology designed to enhance mobility and independence for the blind and visually impaired community. Today, we're talking about an innovative app called iWalkStraight. For many, maintaining a straight line of travel, especially in open or unfamiliar spaces without clear tactile or auditory cues, can be a challenge. Think about walking across a large open plaza, through a park, or even a wide corridor. It's easy to drift or veer off course without visual reference points. This is where iWalkStraight comes in, offering a unique solution to help individuals maintain a consistent straight path. The iWalkStraight app is an orientation aid specifically developed for people with visual impairments. Its core function is remarkably straightforward yet incredibly powerful. It informs users when they are no longer following a straight trajectory and provides clear speech instructions to guide them back on course. Imagine having a subtle, auditory compass that gently nudges you back into alignment as you walk. What makes iWalkStraight particularly useful is its versatility. The app is designed to be effective whether your device is held in your hand or kept in a pocket. This hands-free or pocket-friendly operation is a significant advantage, allowing users to keep their hands free for their white cane or guide dog, or simply for comfort and natural movement. This focus on practical, real-world application underscores its value as an assistive technology. Released a few years ago and available on iOS devices, iWalkStraight leverages the internal sensors of your smartphone to detect deviations from a straight line. By providing immediate, spoken feedback, it empowers users to self-correct their path, fostering greater self-sufficiency and confidence in various environments. This kind of technological innovation truly supports the journey towards greater accessibility and independence in daily life. Apps like iWalkStraight are fantastic examples of how technology can bridge gaps and enhance our ability to navigate the world. They don't replace traditional orientation and mobility training, but rather complement it, offering an additional tool in our arsenal for confident and effective travel. It's about leveraging smart devices to overcome specific challenges and providing new avenues for empowerment. We're always excited to explore tools that help our community lead more fulfilling and independent lives. We'd love to hear your thoughts on iWalkStraight or similar apps. Have you used it? Or are there other apps that have significantly helped your mobility? Share your experiences and insights in the comments below. Now back to the BU crew for their thoughts.
Well, all right. I can see where this would be useful. Especially like, maybe crossing streets and stuff. Not that you want to depend on them, as far as traffic and stuff like that, but, just depend on it to basically help you stay within the crosswalk. I think it would be very, very useful. In, large expansion areas, being able to walk straight could be an advantage as long as you are on the right straight path to where you're trying to go anyway. Like for instance at Union, we could set that when we're coming, off the train or whatever and get out in that main tunnel. And then we know it's a straight line out to the front door. That would be great, just to keep us walking straight. I can see uses for it. Again, it's something new. I didn't never heard about it before, but it could very, very possible be used as we say, it's basically just another tool for your toolbox, when it comes about that you may need something like that. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I think it'd be a pretty good app. I don't know. You ever heard of this one, Carol?
No, I have not. And, it kind of tickles me because generally visual people, when they're trying to give you instructions on how to get to them, they always say, hey, walk straight. And I'm like, you blindfold yourself and walk straight. It's easy to veer. And, I don't know if it's just because I'm right-handed, but when I'm using my cane, I just veer to the right. But I kind of like it. It may be something I, download and actually experiment with it to just kind of see if it will keep me, on course, because a lot of times I unfortunately do veer to the right, and just would like to try to experiment with it to see how it actually works.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize, again, that is for most of us anyway, that's a big issue, veering off course is like you say, and sighted folks, they don't realize, they got these visual keys that they can just, I'm veering off, and then, subconsciously, and then slide, do whatever adjustment they need to do. Well, we can't do all that. We can't see those visual, cues.
Mm-hmm.
So, we need something to help us with that. Crossing big expansions, has always been an issue for me. I mean, to the point to where I've worked on it and worked on it and worked on it. And I've actually gotten good enough to where I can feel the seam in the crosswalk, or I'm sorry, in the concrete. And I can follow that seam to, cross like a big expansion of maybe like a courtyard or something like that. Uh, it works, but again, if we had something like this just to ease that up, because not everybody can develop that type of touch. I was actually surprised I was able to adapt to it. But Pedro, you generally don't have too much of an issue walking straight. What do you think about it?
Well, I do sometimes have an issue, and I have to. What I kind of do and correct myself in is placing my cane in front and try to, when I go left and right, try to do equal length, and that helps me. But sometimes I still veer. You gotta line yourself up, and you know the 7-lane intersections that kind of go us to the right or the veer to the left. Those are the ones that I be iffy about. But to cross something major like that, from what uh, instructor told me is have the cars like the ones that are going, they're going your way, have them on your way and follow the engine noise and line yourself up. And once you're past them, you should be, you know, straight going to the next corner and do it counterclockwise is what I'm trying to say. Like, well, do the intersection, do it clockwise, and then that means the when you step down, you will always hear the cars instead of crossing that empty part of the street going towards the cars that are on the other side of the street.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of doing it
That are in front of
counterclockwise,
you.
yeah, do it clockwise so they be on your left when you step off, and you could follow the engines and line yourself correctly. And I found that is better than doing it counterclockwise. When you step down and you're trying to cross, the cars are all the way to the other side. You know what I mean? And then once you get to the middle of the street, you're like, oh shit, oh, sorry for the cussing. You'd be like, oh shoot, I'm too close to this car, and you try to correct. That's what I get an issue sometimes.
Well, I mean, and I'll just jump in there and say that I was actually taught the opposite of that, being, when I step off the curb, have the cars that will be merging that are moving forward, have them right there to my left so that I can immediately hear them when they take off, and I that lets me know it's time for me to go. And then, of course, as you're saying, the opposite of what you're saying, actually, I would be crossing the empty part of the intersection before I get to the people that are actually stopped at the light or stop sign,
Yeah,
whatever the case may be.
yeah,
So again, just different,
techniques.
mobility
Yeah.
and structure, different techniques and stuff.
hmm
But again,
But
as we always say, whatever works best for you.
think
Right.
about this though. Using that application with the Ray-Ban Meta open air speakers, game changer, because it could attribute and be an accessible tool for us to guide us to the right direction. And I will be doing. I'll be testing it out. I am gonna download, test it out. Unseen Adventures. I might post a video, try to record a little demo or something. But I bring that to you guys and see how it works and stuff like that, because it does sound interesting, and we know we have problems like that, including myself. Even the best even if I try my best, sometimes I still veer off. And sometimes you just on a relaxing walking move. Sometimes you gotta actually stop, try to line yourself up and all that, and you know what I mean. Sometimes you're on the road,
Of course.
you
Now,
know.
I do remember, when I initially started doing my orientation and mobility training, I still was visual. But the trainer that I had, Trevor, he let me know, my left foot is straight, but my right foot unfortunately kind of veers a little slew footed. It's not straight, it's not pigeon toed, it kind of veers a little to the right. So even visual, I still was kind of veering to the right because that's the way my foot was going. So what he taught me to do is to walk almost pigeon toed with my right foot. Now, of course, unconsciously, you if you've been walking your whole life that same way, unconsciously you're going to continue to do that. But I had to mentally train myself And I still do it now. Walk
Mm.
with your right foot pigeon toed. That way, but with your foot going in instead of out, because that's my natural way I walk. But even visual, I still was veering to the right. And sometimes, just depending on how people walk, it
Yeah,
can
yeah, cause
happen too.
you sometimes you strut and you got a little walk and you know what I mean?
I got a
Sometimes
little
you
swag with it,
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah. So sometimes even lining up, even I gotta let me walk straight, let me walk all stiff and normal.
Well, and it's
right.
also, I mean, like I was taught, because in the beginning I had, again, I still have that issue, but when I was really struggling with it at the beginning of my O&M, uh, I found that doing proper cane technique by centering it in my gut,
Mm,
that I would had a tendency to walk straighter than if I just hung my hand off to my side and used my cane.
yes.
For whatever reason, that helped. Again, I mean, there's just different little techniques, whatever you can come up with to work with to make you, help you, I should say, walk straight, whether it be walking crook footed, pigeon toed, whatever.
Pigeon toe.
Uh, I mean, again, and I say that because most of us, when you stop walking, if you could look down and look at your feet, your toes are not pointed forward. Each toe, your feet will be pointed outwards, not in a big, sideways type of
Mhm,
thing,
mhm,
but
mhm.
right.
Like a
they're
small
not.
V, like a small V, like
Right.
Right.
They're just not straight. So, I get what you're saying about being sloop footed or whatever, but again, most of us, we have a little bit of what we want to call sloop footed in us,
Mm-hmm.
But again, if this app will help you take care of that, and that way you don't have to remember to walk pigeon toed, hey, why
Go
not?
for it. Go for it.
You know
you're
what I'm
You're
saying?
crazy.
right. Because I was taught the
So,
same way you were, Ed, center it in my gut. But man, I don't
Mhm.
know if you all have ever been hit in your gut with the
oh,
cane.
I have.
Ooh,
So
wait, that
that's
don't
it.
feel good. So that's
And
why I started walking with mine on the side. But,
uh,
it's a technique that you have to be able to master. So whatever works for you,
right.
use it to the best of your ability.
So, right quick, Katie Taylor says good morning. She's dealing with a mild touch of COVID, not to the point that she needs any medicine, but anyway, we hope you feel better soon, sweetheart.
Feel
Yes.
better.
You
Yes, feel
know,
better.
so but anyway, again, this is different techniques, whatever works for you. I mean, again, walking straight is one of the biggest
Um,
issues within the community.
Ed,
That I know of. Yes.
any better correction on walking straight with the new cane you got? Have you
I
been?
mean, again, I'm not gonna say that. Not that it helps me walk any straighter. It's just I have a lot more security, mental security, just knowing that my cane is that strong.
Mhm.
So I'm not scared to hit it against anything or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It just, again, it's a whole different feel. A lot of people can't deal with, using a heavy cane. They some people say they lose tactile feedback when the heavier the cane is. I mean, I don't know. I don't think I do.
I haven't tried it that long. I tried it a little bit when I was with you, but it is different. It is different. Um, I do. What I love of the cane is the adjustable handle. That like I was like, oh man, I could put in an indoor cane. Let's say I'm outside, I could put a medium. When I'm, let's say, somewhere pretty like they got rocks and like it's gravel, whatever it may be, I could just expand it to see how far I'm high or how high is the step. You know what I mean? Things like that.
Well, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I got you, and that's basically what I do now. I'm being honest. I keep it on its shortest level,
Yeah, that's
with the expansion, and I mean, that would work perfect for what we call indoor. When you're dealing with inside in crowds, you don't want to have your cane way out in front of you, kicking, hitting people and stuff. But I don't necessarily need a long cane. I mean, I can do it with the short cane, and it's just comfortable that way. But like you say, having the ability to stretch it out. Like when I'm going to the train station, right? I'm
Mm-hmm.
headed for the platform. I stretch it out. That way I'm going to feel that edge a lot sooner than if the cane was shorter. So in those types of instances, yes, I do stretch it out when I need that extra, length to give me, some advanced warning kind of situation. But for the
Mm-hmm.
most part, I just use it on the shortest level and just go for it, man. Like I said, I just like the strength of it, the security it gives me when I'm walking and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
all that kind of stuff. So I mean, it's
Mm.
you know,
Now you saying it has a little weight to it, Ed?
yeah, it's heavy. It's heavy.
So does your is your wrist tired or the forearm part of your arm tired when you've completed a day? Can you feel the difference?
Why would my arm be tired? I do constant contact, so I'm not
Swinging it
lifting
back
it.
and forth. Okay, I
I'm
got you.
all I'm doing is moving it back and forth. I'm not picking it up and moving it.
I got you.
So it's just one end is sitting on the ground and the other end is in my hand, and I'm just going back and forth.
I got you.
Every now and then, like
Does
if
get
I'm in,
tiring though, like that too. If I like when I'm kind of speed walking a little bit, I like to feel the curves of the concrete when I'm walking, so I could curve my feet. That's why, and I was like, let me do what it does, the constant
Oh
contact. So I
yeah.
started doing that, and I was like, okay, so I get the motion, the curveness of the floor, so I'm able to stable my feet the way the floor curves because as we could see the curvature of the floor and the dips and stuff, and the having it at constant contact um actually gives me more information for me to make a decision on how to step and not
yeah,
misstep.
Me too. Me too, Pedro, because some of this concrete in my neighborhood, I mean, it's chopped up. It's chopped up bad. So if I'm going tap to tap, it's a hole in the middle. So
right.
with constant contact, I'm always safe. I can feel that hole and know, okay,
Mhm.
you step over it or you step around it.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And it's sometimes when I swing it back and forth a little fast, yeah, my wrist gets a little tired, but I try to do it with my arm instead of my wrist because
Right,
but
right. That's
sometimes,
that's why I was asking the question because sometimes just using it, and you got some that are lightweight, some that even the regular standard canes they have a little weight, but if you're using it all day, even
Mhm.
sliding it back and forth, you can get a little sore.
Oh
Your
my
arm
God, it
can.
does. Yeah,
Uh,
no, no
uh,
lying.
I've not had that problem. But anyway, let's jump into the next one because we're
Mhm.
past that little marker. Monica did say happy anniversary, Pedro. So uh, he beat you to it, Monica. He said it before you even got on here, baby. So anyway, let's jump into these promos and we'll get into article number 2.
If you'd like to know more about Blind United, you can visit our website at blindunited.org. You can email us at info@blindunited.org. You can call us at 909-846-8825. You can follow us on Instagram at Blind United Interest Groups. You can follow us on X at Blind United 22. You can watch our YouTube channel, Blind United. You could join our Facebook group, Blind United Interest Groups, or you can follow our Facebook page, Blind United. You can go to customcane.com. That's custom with a K, guys. And what Custom Cane does is they sell cane and cane accessories. It's like Burger King. You can have it your way. You can get a pink cane, a blue cane, a rainbow cane, a Broncos cane, a Chargers cane, a cane with the Braille alphabet, a cane with your name on it. Whatever you want, whatever type of handle you want, whatever type of tip you want. If you want an aircraft aluminum cane, if you want an all-terrain cane, telescoping cane, any type of cane, Custom Cane has it.
So the cane that we were speaking of previously, that's where I got it. I got it from Jimmy at Custom Cane. It is an American-made cane, made right here in the United States in Arizona. and it's a really good quality cane. So anyway, if and mine is not white with a red tip. It has my eyeball pattern on it. Just one of them. I'm not going to carry no white cane. You can't make me do it. I like my canes to, show a little swag or whatever, attitude, whatever you want to call it. So anyway, let's go ahead and jump into this next article. This one is another app Pedro has mentioned many times, so it might be new to some people. Check this one out.
Hello, Blind United crew. Grab your second cup and join the BU crew in this second article as we continue our exploration of innovative tools that empower mobility and independence. Today, we're shining a spotlight on Lazarillo, a robust GPS navigation app specifically designed for people who are blind or have low vision. It's like having a knowledgeable guide in your pocket, constantly updating you about your surroundings. For anyone navigating their daily world, whether it's a familiar route or an entirely new place, accurate and real-time information is absolutely critical. Lazarillo aims to fill this need by providing detailed audio guidance and announcements about nearby places and potential obstacles. Imagine walking down a street and having your phone verbally inform you about the coffee shop to your left, the bus stop ahead, or the intersection you're approaching, all in real time. This dynamic awareness can significantly boost confidence and self-sufficiency in travel. One of Lazarillo's standout features is its comprehensive GPS navigation. It offers turn-by-turn directions for various modes of travel, including walking, driving, and even public transport. This means you can plan a route and receive clear, spoken instructions, making your journey smoother and more predictable. For those who rely on buses or trains, the app provides real-time updates on arrivals and routes, seamlessly integrating into public transportation use and enhancing accessibility. Beyond just directions, Lazarillo excels as a nearby places discovery tool. As you move, it continuously announces points of interest, from restaurants and shops to public buildings and ATMs. You can also actively search for specific categories of places, helping you find what you need quickly and efficiently. This exploration mode even allows users to virtually explore an area by getting audio descriptions of places nearby without physically being there, aiding in pre-trip planning and understanding of new environments. Lazarillo is committed to constant improvement, with regular updates based on user feedback and advancements in mapping and GPS technology. This dedication ensures that the app remains a reliable and cutting-edge assistive technology for the blind and visually impaired community. Its availability on both iOS and Android platforms, combined with its free-to-use model, makes it widely accessible to a broad audience. Apps like Lazarillo are transforming how we interact with our environment, offering a new level of empowerment for independent travel. They exemplify how technology can be a powerful ally in overcoming challenges and expanding our horizons. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you used Lazarillo or other GPS navigation apps? What features do you find most helpful for your mobility and independence? Share your experiences and insights in the comments below. Now back to the BU crew for their thoughts.
All right. Well, right quick, Tina Thomas jumped in and said, "Good morning, BU crew. Happy Taco Tuesday." And Miss Tisha jumped in and said, "Hey, hey." So,
Hey guys.
Hey, how y'all doing?
good morning, everyone. Again, I know Lazarillo's been around for a while. This is something Pedro's brought up a lot. I'm not going to say that I have any experience with it because no, I don't even have it on my phone. But just listening to the description of it within the article there, it sounds a lot like Blind Square. It sounds a lot like what's that other one, Voice Vista. Uh, you know, I mean, to me, it sounds a lot like those. So, but again, it's just another one of them things, man. Whichever app works best for you, as long as you can find what you're looking for and get where you're trying to go, that's the important part. So, if Lazarillo is your thing, cool. If Blind Square is your thing, man, go for it. If Voice Vista is your thing, I ain't mad at you. Whichever one works best for you, you know. So anyway, I don't know. Have you even tried any of these apps, Carol?
No, I haven't, but I tell you, I kind of like the name of it, Lazarillo. I mean, it just sounds cool. And, to be able to say if you're at a doctor's appointment and your appointment ends early and you're still waiting on your ride, you can just, ask it what's around. If you want to go get a bite to eat and it's something close where you can walk to it or what have you. I mean, I think that's just pretty neat. So, I'm just glad that they have applications out there, and it's free, it said, so that's another plus on top of it. But no, I've never heard of it, but it might be something that I'll try to definitely download and use. The more tools I have, the better carpentry I can do.
Right. It's all about, again, as we say, turning your phone into a toolbox,
Mm,
all these various little tools that you can use.
right.
And then, with the updates with, Siri and all of that, I mean, you can pretty much, especially if you have some sort of a hands free device, just tell Siri to open up the app. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Some of them, of course, you got to go into the app and, give it where you're trying to go and all that kind of stuff. It's not voice function. It just, you can turn it on with the voice, but you can't, okay, where's the closest Starbucks? That kind of thing. So,
Right,
but
right.
anyway, come on, Pedro. I know, like I said, you've used Lazarillo for a while. So,
I used all those apps y'all mentioned.
Wow.
Blind Square, you pay for it. So if you wanna purchase Blind Square, that's fine. They all have their own feature that makes them unique. Um, I use Lazarillo as well. I've been using Lazarillo, and I emphasize on Lazarillo because it does have some good features, just as Voice Vista as well, because I use Voice Vista. All right, and Lazarillo, what's pretty nice, you can pick from one type of information you want to receive, or two types, meaning cardinal directions, or or like east and west, stuff like that. And I like to get the most information I can. So if I'm facing somewhere and it'd be like, this store is at the southeast at your 11 o'clock, gets me even better information, and I can plot a route to walk that way. Or if I don't like the way they plot it, I could use the Apple Maps or Google. But they even have, like, if you want to book an Uber, they have like a shortcut there that you could drop into an Uber. And now with the transit directions, pretty cool. But for transit directions, I actually go to the transit app. The transit app gives me minute by minute bus schedule, so I could tell when the bus is like 5 minutes from the stop I want to get, and I could show up there and just be there and wait like 2 3 minutes, and boom, I'm in the bus. You
Hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
so using multiple apps with your navigation app can assist you greatly in doing your tasks. Voice Vista has something that is called beacons, and that's pretty nice of Voice Vista because you can point your phone around and the beacon will beep when you're pointing your phone to the beacon. For example, if you're looking for a store and it's somewhere you can't find it, you could just point your phone. And Lazaretto has something the same, but it's not a beacon, something that makes noise. But that's pretty neat. And then with the beacon, like in Voice Vista, for example, you could be in your access or transportation, fall asleep, and you could set when you get, let's say, a mile or half a mile away, that it starts beeping again, and it will wake you up too.
Hmm.
You know, so that's pretty cool. And then for Lazarillo, they have something similar, but you know, so even in Lazarillo, they got some like that too that you could point, but even for indoors, for malls, um, um, what is it called? Nearby Explorer is a good application to have to explore like indoor malls. It will tell you when you point your phone to a store in the mall, it will tell you what store it is and stuff like that. And being completely blind and able to get that information and make a decision in real time, it's pretty nice because being completely blind and going out on your own, sometimes shopping can be a 3 4 hour thing, and we want to do it fast too, like our sighted folks. and
Mm-hmm.
having these tools and using them together to do this type of exploring or even navigation, it's helpful. Even with the indoor navigation that uh, Nearby Explorer does and stuff. The application. I hope I'm not butchering the name because they got two types of applications. That company. Uh, it's a game changer. It's a game changer. Not. So that's pretty nice. But man, one day we will have the application that could do it all in navigation.
Right.
One day, one day. I
Right.
mean, again, and then who knows if it's even going to be necessary with the advancements in AI and the live interaction and stuff. I mean, again, that might be a game changer in itself right there. You may not need these apps. You might be able to just put on your wearables with your AI and your camera, and okay, look, I'm trying to go to Starbucks on 54th and 10th Street.
Oh my God. They already have something like that, but it would be nice if it was functional. They need more help. But I've been testing out a feature in ChatGPT with live streaming and camera access. And even Gemini has it now. If you have a free Gemini account, guys, try it out. You could turn on the camera and it could guide you and you can ask it questions and stuff of your environment. It's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. And um, and the live AI on the Ray-Ban Meta classes is coming to everyone already. It's being rolled out as we speak. So you should check
Right.
your glasses. You might have that feature already on if you're not in the early access program.
Mm.
Well, and let's not forget that also. Who is it? Ira. They have a new live AI interaction thing as well. I can't remember the name of it, but if you go to what is it? Ira Explorer. They got it in there, so they're rolling theirs out as well. Again, all these different AIs, man. Who knows? They might do away with some of these GPS apps for us anyway. I mean, I don't know, but we'll see what time brings out there for us. So. But I mean, I'm just again, it's a great time to be blind. I mean, it's just all the various technology that's out there for us, and uh, man, I mean, think about when Ray was blind. Everybody was doing basket weaving and broom making and all this other kind of stuff, living in they want to call them blind schools, but they were basically asylums.
Mm-hmm.
It, I mean, these people really didn't have a life. I mean, they were just stuck inside their little world and they wasn't able to do anything. Now with all the technology that's out there, our world is no longer shut down. Our world
Mm-mm.
is wide open to us, and again, yeah, because technology, yeah, we got to be in places where we got signals and all this other kind of stuff like that. But how many of us live out in the rural country where we don't have all of that, right? So again, it just opens up our world for us and allows us to, be more independent and travel independently and do a lot more stuff on our own, man. It really does help. I mean, again, I can go back to whenever I was going somewhere that I was unfamiliar with, I had to bring somebody with me. You know,
Right.
now in today's world, I mean, it's a plus if you can do that, but it's not mandatory anymore. That's the key right there. So, and
Mm-hmm.
then also in that is, I mean, I'm sorry, but part of that as well, you must learn how to navigate your phone. You must learn how to navigate those apps because again, a lot of these apps are not voice activated. Like I said, you can open them up with Siri, but you cannot operate the app with your voice. You actually have to get in there, navigate your phone, and do what you want to do. So, that's also very, very important. And for some folks, that is a big barrier. They just have not learned how to navigate their phones yet. So, I will encourage you to come out and do our basic iPhone class. If you don't know how to navigate your phone, that's exactly what it's for, basic navigation. What are you going to do if you don't have Siri? If you ain't got no Wi-Fi, guess what? You ain't got no Siri. So you may need to know how to navigate your phone. So anyway, we are at that time slot. So let's jump into a couple more promos, and then we'll close out with our last article. Did you know Blind United offers free training in assistive technology? We call them interest groups. We offer training in JAWS, NVDA, iPhone, iPad, as well as Meta Ray-Bans. We also have groups like support group, cooking groups, and crafting groups. There are also groups for entertainment like movie night and RS game night. For more information about all the interest groups that we offer, just email us at info@blindunited.org or visit our Facebook group, Blind United Interest Group. We would love to have you be part of the Blind United crew.
June 21st, got a vibe so right. Come through the service and a day tonight. It's Blind United, yeah, we're bringing the flair. Crafts and colors floating in the air. Jewels that shine, lotion so smooth. Mosaics, baked goods, handmade grooves. You don't wanna miss this artful affair. Blind made magic, love everywhere. Jewel that shine, lotion so smooth. Mosaics, baked goods, handmade grooves. You don't wanna miss this artful affair. Blind made magic, love everywhere. You want a table, just 25 bucks. Bring your vision, your craft, your luck. Vendors welcome, come show your pride. Let your work shine, let your soul ride. It's more than a fair, it's a moment to share with a community that truly cares. So email us now, don't miss your spot. info@blindunited.org, we got a lot. Jewels that shine, lotion so smooth. Mosaics, baked goods, handmade grooves. You don't wanna miss this artful affair. Blind made magic, love everywhere. So come vibe with the crew, enjoy the day. Blind United has got it set our way. June 21st, bring your smile and light. Art and love, yeah, we'll shine so bright.
Oh my goodness, who is this? Got to be George. Hold on, I'm sorry.
Yeah, guys. So
yeah, that was George.
Yeah,
just being funny, talking about he'll be back on when I get through serving his time. But anyway, anyway, this stuff is crazy. I love my Blind United family. I really do. Anyway, I actually forget the name of this one, but this is another app that's relatively new. And this one is also GPS, but is specialized for navigating indoors. So let's check this out and we'll talk about it on the other side.
Hello, Blind United crew. Grab your third cup and join the BU crew in this third article as we continue our look at groundbreaking assistive technologies that are making our world more accessible. Today, we're stepping inside to explore Right Here, an innovative app that's revolutionizing indoor navigation and enhancing independence for people who are blind or have low vision. While GPS apps like Lazarillo excel outdoors, navigating complex indoor environments like shopping malls, airports, universities, or hospitals can still present unique challenges. Think about trying to find a specific gate in a busy airport, locating a particular department in a large hospital, or even finding an accessible restroom in a new building. Traditional navigation methods often fall short in these intricate indoor spaces. This is precisely where Right Here steps in to provide a solution. Right Here is a specialized indoor navigation and information system. It works by integrating with strategically placed Bluetooth beacons within equipped venues. When a user with the Right Here app enters a building that supports the system, their smartphone automatically detects these beacons. The app then provides real-time, context-aware audio announcements about their location, directions, and important points of interest around them. It's like having the building speak to you, guiding you precisely where you need to go. The app's features are designed to create a truly self-sufficient indoor experience. Users can get turn-by-turn audio directions to specific destinations within the building, such as stores, elevators, exits, information desks, or accessible restrooms. It also provides descriptions of what's around them, like cafeteria 20 feet ahead on your left, or main entrance straight ahead. This level of detailed, localized information significantly enhances spatial awareness and confidence in unfamiliar or large indoor environments. Beyond navigation, Right Here often offers additional functionalities such as allowing users to connect directly with staff for assistance or providing information about services and amenities available in the venue. The growth of Right Here depends on venues adopting the system, and it's exciting to see more and more public spaces, cultural institutions, and commercial centers embracing this technology to improve universal design and accessibility. Apps like Right Here are vital components of the evolving smart city concept, demonstrating how technology can transform physical spaces into truly inclusive environments. They empower us to move freely and confidently, extending our mobility and independence from the outdoors to the intricate indoors. It's a testament to how innovative solutions are continually breaking down barriers. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you ever used an indoor navigation app like Right Here, or do you wish more places were equipped with such technology? What impact do you think better indoor navigation could have on your daily life? Share your experiences and insights in the comments below. Now back to the BU crew for their thoughts.
Well, first off, let me say again, I am grateful for all of this new technology. I'm starting to see, again, navigating indoor, whether it be a mall, or a hospital, or an office building, whatever, those things have always been a big barrier for us. But at the same time, again, I am appreciative, but like you heard them say, they need to get more venues to adopt their system. So by them not being the only system that's out there, now we got 2, 3, maybe 4 different apps that are competing for the same area. You know what I'm saying? So what does this do? This is causing issues because let's just say a particular mall wants to adopt, the Right Here policy, concept, right? They go in, they get the equipment, they got all these Bluetooth beacons all over the place, whatever, to help us out within that store. What happens if one of these other apps comes along and says, okay, well, we want to do that in your mall? What are they supposed to do? Go out and spend some more money to install that system? I'm sorry. It is as important as it is to us to be able to navigate these places. It's not going to be as important to the owners of these venues to where they're going to sit there and put out the money to where you can use any of these apps in their venue. The 9 times out of 10, they're going to pick one and they're going to go with it. So again, if they could come up with a more universal kind of a beacon system that could be used by any of these apps or something like that, that might be one way to go. But I'm anxious to see how it works out. I'm grateful for it. And because malls are really, really, not just malls. Think about it, man. Medical buildings, office buildings, just all kind of stuff like that, man. Once we get inside them doors, we pretty much have to rely on other people unless we've been there before, and then we can try to work it out. I've done things with like the Voice View or Voice Vista app, whatever it is, where, like Pedro was talking, I went in there with somebody, right? So I basically set a beacon right at the door. Then I set another beacon at the elevator. And then I set another beacon at the door of the doctor's office, right? And then that way I can just navigate from one beacon to the next if I happen to get caught up in there by myself, you know. But again, that's something that didn't rely on that facility to have a system in it, right? It's just adapting a different type of app to an indoor situation. So again, I'm grateful, but I just see some, you know, what we want to call it, shuffling for position within these
Hmm.
various apps, as to who's going to get the contract for this venue and so on and so forth. So anyway, that's what I got on it, Carol. What you think?
I mean, you're right. It kind of reminds me of, the cable company and the Wi-Fi companies. In certain areas that they're able to only, you only can get AT&T here. You only can get Spectrum there. But I mean, this is a great time to be blind. It's like Christmas come early. We get all of these nice toys. But again, like you're saying, these malls or hospitals or airports, or, if it's not that important to them and they're only utilizing, certain platforms, then if we don't have that platform, it's not going to be accessible to us, and we need to be able to freely move around in all of the areas that visual individuals can do that. Now, I have used, the volunteer on Be My Eyes, going through, a mall to locate this or that, and that's just because I have an iPhone 12, so it doesn't have certain things to tell me what these new phones have. But that's still application that I can use, that gives me a visual person that can tell me, hey, this is Macy's, or, no, no, keep straight. No, no, make a left. And, there's the food court. So, I do utilize whatever's out there, but the more that we have, the better we can stay outside and be able to function independently without the assistance of someone visual, to where it gives us, some self esteem and just freedom to do like everyone else does. So, I'm grateful that they do have, so much out there available to us, but make it accessible, make it universal to where we can be able to navigate wherever we want to, whenever we want to.
Right. I mean, and again, another big question would come up, okay, with all the various apps and all the various different platforms, how do we know which platform has what mall? You know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying? How do
You're
we know
right.
which platform has which office building or doctor's office,
That's right.
whatever? So, but anyway, go for it, Pedro.
Yeah, the competing part about it's another issue that I have in other parts of technology within the blind community, and I stress it a lot. I talk about it a lot, you know, and that puts us in a top in a tight position, in a position of not knowing, in a position of uncertainty. Also because you're like, which app I gotta get? Which one I gotta do? I gotta sign up for this. I gotta do that. And we have folks in our community that we know are not tech savvy, and sometimes they have problems, and trying to know a new app and another app and another app just to have these beacons, and can be daunting. It would be nice if they're able to coincide, let's say, somehow, and have a universal that these beacons can be used by these applications, and you know what I mean. But we're in a society where I got to be number one of it. You know what I mean, and that kind of puts the user, and that user happens to be our community at this moment at those applications, and you know then we have to decide which one, and then we have to make research. You have to do extra steps just to try to walk into a store like a normal person. We have
Hmm.
to jump through these hurdles. We have to know which app or what system. Why does it have to be like that?
That hard.
Right.
I do like that these developers are trying, and they putting these resources and tools in out there, but there is sometimes when things need to be universal, because
Yep.
you
Yeah.
know then we're stuck trying to figure it out. Even, oh man, I want to put this phone down and jump into this one. This one looks cool. But then now I have to learn how to use it, learn how to use that phone, that application, figure out how they do their system, and do they have this feature that, you know what I mean? It gets daunting, and and that's where we get stuck at, and yeah,
Well, not only that, let's put another thing out there. I mean, you touched on it a minute ago, Pedro. A lot of folks in our community, they're not really super tech savvy, and the more daunting it becomes, the more resistant they become.
True.
You know what I'm
That's
saying? I mean,
true.
you know what, man, that's just too much work. I ain't got time for all that. I just,
hmm
whatever, And
Hmm.
that's part of the reason why we developed that little saying, about whatever works for you,
hmm
because some people they're happy with the old stuff, where other people, they can't wait on the new stuff, you know.
Right.
So, I mean, again, we got to find some universalness in here, you know what I'm saying, to where, again, I mean, even with this indoor stuff, I mean, I don't see why that, any app wouldn't be able to pick up them signals. But,
Exactly. It's Bluetooth.
Yeah.
when
Like a
you
regular
put it in there,
GPS system that they have like on cars. Why can't you just do that inside these buildings for us visual and blind
because
individuals?
they want to be proprietary,
hmm
they want you
Money.
to sign up with their app,
hmm
even though the app is free.
Hmm.
They make money the on the frequency in which their app is used.
So think
Right.
about this. I could tell you the type of information they're about to get with this. The time you hit the store, what aisle you hit the store, so what that tells you what type of products you're looking at and what most likely you was going to buy. Those statistics can be sold to ads, to stores. You get what I'm saying?
Which
Right.
is another
Right.
way for them to fund a project.
Yes. So there is way more information they could gather. Just some of the information I'm just letting you
Hmm.
know, and stuff like that. So, so just be aware too. But it's we need to have a universal system. You know, and it's sad to say because we're in like Los Angeles County and we have some cities that got good crosswalk systems and stuff. They even have ones that vibrate and talk.
Wow.
You know,
Vibrate. Mm.
and then some don't have nothing at all. But there's little cities within the county that they don't have nothing in their city, and it seems like they just don't care or may not put the effort, or we're not advocating enough. It could be either or, but when you implement tools the right way, they can go a long way, you know.
Right.
And it's got to be something that really works. I mean, imagine somebody using one of these apps and it takes them somewhere where they wasn't trying to go. Oh,
Mhm.
I'm never going to use that app again.
True. That's
It,
true.
You walk
it
into
got,
the video store, walk into the wrong section behind the curtain.
I
Uh-oh.
mean,
Wow, 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 wow.
again, like you say, I'm looking for Fred's men's store, and you take me to Fredericks of Hollywood. I mean, come on, man.
Hey.
I mean,
Right.
these things are going to have to be accurate, otherwise, people are going to not want to use them. But again, again, the daunting task of even closing one app and opening another app, and then your brain automatically has to switch. Okay, with this app, I got to navigate this way. Oh, well, I just got through navigating in the other app, and it operated in a totally different way. So now, all of this is stuff you got to keep in your brain. You got
Guess
to
And
what?
remember.
make sure your
Guess what?
phone is charged up too,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
that's
Make
gonna
sure you got a
drain
power
too.
bank.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you're going to need that power.
you
I mean,
gonna need it. Uh-huh.
you definitely going to need it because, again, when you're using these things, a lot of people don't realize when you're using those types of apps, you burn more power.
Yes, sir.
So you definitely got to be aware of what it is you're using, and and how long you're using it. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even with like the live AI, I love it, but I don't just sit there and turn it on and leave it on. I have to turn it on and off. Otherwise, it's going to drain not only the battery in my Metas, but it's going to drain the battery in my phone as well. You know,
you need that to get around, to
you
be
gotta
able to
have
do
it.
what you need to. You gotta have it. It's your
Gotta
lifeline.
have it.
It's your lifeline.
Exactly, it is your lifeline. So, anyway, we are at the end of our day today. It is 10 a.m. right now. So again, as always, I appreciate everybody for coming in, commenting. All the folks, I really appreciate you. Again, but it would really, really help out a lot more if you would, while you're in there, reach over there and hit that like button, hit that share button. How about make a comment, which some of you did, but there's a lot of you out there that's looking. You ain't saying nothing. You ain't doing nothing. You just sitting there gathering up all our information and ain't even showing us no consideration. But we would really, really appreciate it if you would like, subscribe, share, follow, hit that notification bell, comment, whatever you can do on whatever platform you're on. Please, it helps. And it allows the algorithm to be boosted to where this stuff is going to get out to more and more folks. So anyway, on that note, everybody enjoy the rest of your Taco Tuesday. And we'll see you back here again tomorrow morning. Everybody have a great day.